guys, so I brought back my Najeela list. Pretty basic, Turbo Najeela. We are playing one-card combos in form of Derevi and Grim Hireling, but we're also testing out the new Samut. I hope she will carry us and draw a bunch of cards, because drawing cards is always good in cEDH. Besides that, we have the basic stuff: Oracle, Adnos, Underworld Breach. You know it, you love it.
Well, this is just a regular Adnos Kenrith list. I'm testing out Notion Thief and the Manglehorn still. There's not too much interesting going on in this list. It's just very basic.
Connor has once again made a couple of upgrades to this list, so I'm playing it once again. We have some new technologies such as the Welders and Oswald, as well as some Cursed Mirror Technomancer things, which seems to be fun. So I'm playing it.
Me, I'm playing Sisay. Sisay actually topped 4 in a recent Chaos tournament, so that's awesome. This is a very turbo combo fast Sisay build with Cultist of the Absolute that performs a very cool trick with Sisay and a bunch of other legendaries. And with that, let's take a look at some opening hands.
It's great. We're keeping this. It's a turn 1 Bergie into possibly turn 2 win, depending on how Gamble treats us. And we have Esper Sentinel to fall back on if we need to. So yeah, this is great. Keeping this on. Go ahead, Alex.
This is a 5, so I'm bottoming the Gemstone and Pact of Negation. I do not want a Pact when I can't pay for it at all, and the Gemstone, it would just get rid of another land and put me down a card. I could do it to Esper turn 1, but like I could Esper turn 2 if the Ragavan hit, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's my bottom.
Alright guys, we will keep our 5. We will mulligan the Mox Diamond in the Savannah. This is a very risky 5. I should probably go down to 4, but I think Double Spirit Guide is kind of cool, so we have a turn 1 Najeela. I'm also suspecting Pontus to wheel early. Maybe even Alex will do that, so I'm hoping to replenish. We also have the Dockside and the Breach, just generally good cards, and hopefully this will pay off to keep a hand with not a lot of action. We'll see.
This is a hand with only mana. And it's not like we have Lotus Petal and 5 lands, so we're obviously gonna mulligan this one. This looks nice. So we have a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. And actually, wait a minute. We have a... No, we can't. We can have an Ancient Tomb with the Boros Signet, but then we can't do Deathrite Shaman afterwards. So we're gonna do turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. Second turn, we could do the Boros Signet with the Ancient Tomb and keep up mana for a Swan Song. Even if we just get like one tutor to our hand, we have a Dockside and we have the win with Emil already. So I'm keeping second 7, and with this, let's start the match.
I'll start us off. Draw for turn. I would really love to cast this Talisman, but I'm actually gonna gamble by gambling next turn, because if we do a Bergie turn 1 here, we can then upkeep Vamp Tutor, and Bergie mana actually stays during steps and phases, finding a Dockside of the Vamp Tutor. And as long as Dockside makes like 2 or 3, we don't even need that much. We can actually win, because we will gamble for free, finding Altar of Dementia, and then going off with Altar of Dementia Dargo. So this is a much more all-in line, but we could go way slower, and it might be the right call, but I'm gonna go for a turn 2 win on the play going first, because that's usually the right play. Land for turn will be this Bloodstained Mire. Fetch, finding this Badlands. Then I would like to cast a Mana Crypt. I will tap these for 3 mana to cast a Bergie.
I'll draw for turn. I'll go Taiga, tap it for a monkey, and that will be my turn.
We will do the thing we came here to do. Play a tropical island. I will exile 2 Spirit Guides and play Najeela. Yes, I kept my hand because I thought that would be cool.
I'm gonna draw a card for turn. I'm gonna cast this Jeweled Lotus and sacrifice it for, let's go 3 white. To cast my commander Sisay. Land drop, Bloodstained Mire, sacrifice that. I will find this Underground Sea and tap it for a black. And I'm gonna cast a Deathrite Shaman with that black and then pass the turn.
Okay, upkeep. I will have a Crypt Trigger. Odds is damage. I rolled a 5, so I take 3. Still an upkeep. I'll tap my Badlands to cast a Vamp Tutor. Trigger Bergie. Vamp Resolve. I'm finding this card. I'm putting it on top. Move to draw. 1 colorless floating. Cast a Sol Ring. Trigger Bergie. Bergie makes a red. I would like to cast this Talisman of Indulgence. Use 1 red. Cast a Gamble. Trigger Bergie. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I have the win if I win this gamble flip. Let's tap this talisman, cast this Altar of Dementia. So I'll sacrifice and pay 1 red to cast Dargo, Bergie to make it red. And since I've sacrificed 3 permanents, and Dargo will see himself being sacrificed each next time I cast him, I can infinitely cast and sacrifice Dargo to Altar of Dementia to mill my opponents completely out and have 3 red left at the end of it. Yeah, and unless you guys have any Eldrazi's in your deck, you will be milled out. Good game.
Well, that went really fast, so how about a game 2? So I have a pre-game effect. I have this Gemstone Caverns, and I'm going to pitch a... it's gonna be this Phantasmal Image in the end. There we go. Go for it.
I will play a Savannah, tap it for everyone's favorite Esper Sentinel.
I'll play this Ancient Tomb. I'll tap it, taking 2, to cast a Mana Vault, paying for Esper. And then I'll also cast a Jeweled Lotus, which I don't need to pay for. And then I'm passing my turn.
Going to my turn, drawing a card for turn, playing this Misty Rainforest, sacrificing it, finding a Savannah. And then I'm tapping green and green. I'm using 1 green to cast a Llanowar Elf, and the 2nd green to cast an Arbor Elf, and after that I pass the turn.
Oh lord, that is some dorks. I'll draw for turn, Polluted Delta as my land for turn. I'll play a Mana Crypt. You can draw. I'll play this Jeweled Lotus, Kenrith. I'll get a Underground Sea, tap it for a black, Dark Ritual, Dothy. Dothy resolves. After that, I'm good on my turn.
Tap it for a white to cast an Enlightened Tutor. We will put a Mana Crypt on top. I will shuffle after my turn. I will play a Mana Confluence, set Mana Crypt, Najeela. It's Najeela. I will pass afterwards.
Go to my turn. Will be this Exotic Orchard. Kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. People will develop creatures faster than I develop Tymna and being able to attack. I could get a Dargo here. I was very set up to do a Wheel of Misfortune here, and that was my plan going into this turn. But that Dothy makes it less ideal, because all cards discarded will go into Dothy zone, and Dothy will be very scary. Currently, it's just the Aligned Tutor, which is pretty good, but not all that bad. But I'm very concerned about giving him my Grand Abolisher, because Grand Abolisher is pretty good. I don't want him to have that for free. But I'm also not winning if I just cast Dargo here, go to the next turn, cast Tymna. Also, that's very awkward, like, math with my mana, because I cannot have to sacrifice my Jeweled Lotus. Oh, I guess it just works out because I have a land in hand. But it's still a pretty bad plan. We're probably not ever winning a game playing like that. I'm gonna play the Wheel of Misfortune.
Pontus, we don't want this to resolve regarding cards in my hand. And
so just choose 0 and you don't feed the Dothy.
I have 2 cards in my hand. I kind of... Oh, God.
Carry cards in your hand, just don't wheel, because there's a Dothy in play.
Thank you.
It's counter. Since people are being mean to me, I'll
untap and draw a card. Play this Arid Misa. Crack it into the Dothy zone. Finding a bad land. So we have 5 mana, and we have a Yisan and a Demonic Tutor. We can cast both. However, we can cast Demonic Tutor and find something on like CMC free and cast that thing. What we could find is a Rhystic Study. Rhystic Study right now is pretty decent, because with it we're going to accumulate value a little bit here and there. Casting Demonic Tutor means we're putting it into the Dothy zone, and I don't know exactly what the Kenrith is going to do with that. But I'm going to go for the Rhystic Study, tapping out, hopefully drawing to some free to cast interaction with it during the triggers I'm going to receive from it. Gonna cast a Demonic Tutor. Here we go. Tutor resolves. I'm finding this card right here and casting the Rhystic Study. Rhystic Study resolves and I pass the turn.
Odds is damage. That's a 1. I will take 3 damage. I'll draw. I'll crack Dothy and name the Demonic Tutor. I cast the Demonic Tutor. I am paying for neither. Play this Woody Footy. Rhystic. Rhystic Study resolves. Go fetch a Taiga and then pass.
Untap. Odds is always damage. Down to 36. Draw a card. Polluted Delta. Pay 1 life and fetch an Underground Sea. Alrighty. I will move to combat. The Esper Sentinel at Pontus. Trigger Najeela. Mega Warrior also going at Pontus.
Sure. No blocks. Take 5.
I'm so happy I was not the target for that.
Okay, I got my Scrub Land. You're good to go.
To cast a Mystic Remora. I will pay for Rhystic Study, floating 1 colorless. Mystic Remora resolves. Lion's Eye Diamond. I will use my colorless floating to pay for Heuristic Study. Pass my turn.
Go to my turn. Flooded Strand, which I would like to fetch. Finding a plateau. Tap 3 and sacrifice your Lotus to cast a Dargo paying for Heuristic. I'll actually sacrifice Mana Vault as well to cast Tymna, also paying for Heuristic. Then I'm passing the turn.
Turn untapping and drawing a card. Let's play this Shadowblood Ridge. I'm gonna cast my commander Sisay, and then I'm gonna follow up with a Dockside Extortionist.
I pass.
Dockside ETBs, and I make 5 treasures. And then I pass my turn.
I'll tap for a white. Swords targeting the Sisay.
In response,
Now or never.
I'm going to activate Sisay, keeping 1 treasure, so to say. I'm gonna find Gaia's Cradle. Really good land. Then your swords resolves, she dies, and I gain 2 life.
4, take no damage, and then I'll draw for turn. I'll play this Tundra as my land for turn. I'll move to combat. Emma, would you like to take 5?
So go down to 35 commander damage.
I just passed the turn.
Odds is still damage 6, no odds. We will pay for the Remora by tapping. Let's tap the Mana Crypt and regret it after we drew a card. Draw for turn, Misty Rainforest, and attempt to fetch. Grab a Tiger. This is a very interesting but also tricky situation for Najeela because we cannot connect with Najeela. So we can connect at Alex and we will most likely attack, but the attacks aren't great. We also have to be careful because Alex can A, revive the Dorothy, and B, pump the Dockside. So we can't swing at Mons because he might pump the Dockside to trade with Najeela, and we don't want that because he could also revive Dorothy to then get the Dockside under Dorothy, and it goes downhill from there. So we have to be careful. We can't really make a good play. There is the option of casting Mox Diamond, not paying for Heuristic, activating Najeela to get another combat, and then threatening a huge swing next turn, but then we are tapped out, and because we are having 2 draw engines, I don't really feel like tapping out, so I'd rather just play the Mox Diamond, pay for Heuristic, and keep Soul Partition open and hope that we draw into some kind of action and not die to the other players. Move to combat. Alex, Najeela, and a warrior at you. Trigger Najeela, make 2 warriors, so it will be 3 total. Second main, I will cast a Mox Diamond. I will pay for Heuristic Study, a City of Traitors as additional cost.
Go to my turn. Woo! I'll play this Marshflat. I would like to fetch. Finding a scrapland. I will move to combat. 7-5 at Memo and a Tymna at Alex.
I declare no blocks. I'll take 2.
I'll gain 2, but in post-combat main phase I'll have a Tymna trigger. So I'll pay 2 life and draw to cast this Abolisher. It's a Tymna attacker.
I would like to activate Kenrith targeting Dorothy.
Nothing's in play, and I'll pass the turn.
Untap and draw a card. I'm going to recast Sisay, tapping like this, using Cradle here to generate 3 mana. And after Sisay resolves, I will pass the turn.
Odds is damage. 4. Again. I'll draw for turn. A Bloodstained Mire. Wheel of Misfortune.
Cast a Soul Partition.
Target.
I really hate to do it, but I think I have to target the Grand Abolisher.
That makes sense. Well, I believe in you.
No response.
All right, now we have to choose some numbers. 1, 2, 3. I have 10. Double 11! Both of them, Pontus and Mons, lose the life and wheel, and Memo loses no life and doesn't wheel. And I don't lose life and wheel. To crack this fetch by you. I'll play a Mox Diamond. You guys can both draw. I'll discard this Verdant Catacomb, and then I'll pass.
Trigger Mana Crypt. What's his damage? No damage. We will pay for the Remora, tapping the Mana Crypt. Proceed to draw. I will move to combat. Go up to 7 warriors. Let me think. That's gonna be 11 at you, Pontus. You have no blocker.
No blockers. Take 11.
I will cast a Arcane Signet, pay for the Heuristic Study. Another brown artifact. Fell was stone. You can draw for this one. I'm done. I will pass 2 cards in hand.
Go to my turn. Is this City of Brass? Move to combat. I hate doing this, but this Dargo got monsters and Tymna at Memo. You don't know how much this hurts me. I really want to swing at Memo.
I take 7.
2 of Tymna, but I'll go to second main and Tymna trigger. I would like to pay 2 to draw 2. Dead on board in like 15 different ways. That means it's desperation time. We don't have a win in hand, but we're sure as heck gonna try and find one. Anyways, I started blasting. Yeah, I'm just going all in here because if I don't go all in here and find a win, I'm just losing the game. So hopefully I find the win. Let's see how it goes. To cast this Tainted Pact. And I'm not paying anything. Tainted Pact resolves. Dark Crit, Badlands, Crypt, Dualcaster, Mem Devil, Bergie. Stop the Bergie. Casting Bergie.
I'll bring back Dockside in response. Kenrith activation targeting Dockside.
Alex wants to respond to heuristic trigger.
I have no effects. Snap. Put this back in my hand.
Confluence and Underground Sea.
All right. ETB. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I make 9 treasures.
He resolves.
You guys can draw. I'll tap for 2, and I'd like to snap the Bergie back to your hand.
I'll respond to the triggers on snap. Red blasts the snap. Trigger Bergie.
I'm gonna have to pass on it.
LED resolves. Then cast this Mox Opal. Trigger Bergie. Mox Opal resolves. Use a red. Cast a Sense's Divining Top. Top resolves. Cast Altar of Dementia. Trigger Bergie.
I'm passing priority on Alt of Dementia.
You have to interact. I don't have anything.
I'm gonna do a cute little thing. I will cast a Vampiric Tutor.
I will draw a card because of Heuristic Study.
I pass on Vampiric Tutor.
It's very interesting. Mons has 18 cards in hand. We already can't stop Pontus, because if we stop Pontus, we will just lose to either Mons or Alex. And it's not about stopping Pontus, it's about winning the game. And not take a counterspell. We will actually take Final Fortune and hope that we find some mana acceleration, which has to be a Final Fortune. Know which card I'm getting. I'm getting this card. Can interact with that. How about you, Mons?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna pass on the. I'm gonna pass on the Altar of Dementia.
Alex, you're passing as well.
I don't have a spell that would be advantageous to cast at this point.
I need to think.
We could both try to interact with Mons after this.
Yeah. So I want to Mons to interact with Pontus because I don't see the benefit of stopping Pontus and then losing to Mons. But Mons is very stubborn and playing it very well. So I could fire off my Force of Will now, and then we try our best to stop Mons somehow, but I'm telling you.
It depends on what you put on top.
Yeah, I was kind of greedy.
That's kind of your fault then. So
that's how it is.
So I think you should force, and then we have another turn.
So it might look like I'm playing really crazy and stubborn and really stupid, but actually, if you look at this board state and think about it for a second, it's a very good position to be in. So Pontus can go infinite, mill us out, but during the process, he can't pay for Heuristic Study, which means that whenever he's trying to mill someone for like 7 or so with Altar of Dementia, I will still draw a card. And somewhere down the line, I can like interact when I need to. Basically just accumulating value in my hand. So I'm basically putting the pressure for them to interact with this, because I will eventually, but when I do, I have grown stronger.
I will cast a Force of Will to exile the Revi.
Altar is countered. Tap Mox Opal for white. I would like to cast a Path to Exile on Sisay.
I'm going to respond with a Fierce Guardianship on that.
Path to Exile is countered. Use 3 red from Bergie. Cast this Wheel of Fortune, holding priority, cracking LED for 3 whites, discarding this command tower.
In response to that, I'm gonna sacrifice this treasure for a blue and cast a, if I can find it, there it is, Flusterstorm on that thing.
Do I need to respond, Memo?
Yes, please.
Do I need to? Do you not have anything?
Yes, unless you want the Flusterstorm to resolve, you should respond, in my opinion.
This is so difficult because I don't really have a way to just get like Mindbreak Trap. Targeting Memo.
Trigger Remora.
Triggeristic.
I'm paying for neither.
I'm gonna respond to your intuition with an Opposition Agent.
I cannot interact with Opposition Agents, sadly.
Okay, I will respond to the Oppo Agent. I'll crack 5, put a Nause on the stack.
I am passing on the Adnos. You got this, Mods.
I'm gonna pass on the Ad Nauseam, sadly. Have to.
That is a Badlands, Chrome Mox, Ancient Tomb, Bring to Light, I'll take 5, Wishclaw, I'll take 2 more, City of Traders, Command Tower, Mystic Remora, I'll take 1, Tainted Pact, I'll take 2, Misty Rainforest, Talisman, I'll take 2, Soul Ring, I'll take 1, Arid Mesa, Eldritch Evolution, I'll take 3, LED, Tarnished Citadel, Marsh Flats, Skark Prospector, I'll take 1, ESG, I'll take 3. Now I need to think, because then I'm dead on board to just hit punches. I'll stop there, put all of these cards in my hand. I'll exile this Elvish Spear. I'll crack this for a black and put a Tainted Pact on the stack. I'm gonna start flipping. Mayhem Devil, no. Worldly Tutor, also no. Forbidden Orchard? No. Silence? No. Mnemonic Betrayal? I wish. No. Force of Negation? No. I kind of want it to be a Mindbreak Trap. Dranith Magistrate? Yeah, countering Op Agent, but that also doesn't counter that. No. Mana Vault? No. Thoracle? No. Scalding Tarn? No. Red Blast? No. Trop Island? No. No Felwar Stone. No DT. No Neoform. No to the Soul Partition, but it sounds good. Esper Sentinel, no. No Brain Freeze. No on Lotus Petal. No on Tithe. No on Hierarch. No on Wheel. No, wait. I can Pact, and then the Intuition resolves, and then that could work, but then I have to pay for a Pact.
That's fair.
That's okay though. Like, I'm not that mad at it because I have a million cards in hand. Yeah, I'll keep Pact actually.
I will pass on this. You can have your Intuition.
Intuition resolves, and I'm finding these 3 cards: Mindbreak Trap, Grand Abolisher, and Phantasmal Image. And
You're
Memo is choosing
Alex. I
which
give you
one.
Mindbreak Trap.
The Mindbreak Trap and target all of the little baby Flusterstorms.
I am going to pass on Mindbreak Trap. It is going to counterspell all of my Flusterstorms.
I think I cracked my LED. 3 red, discarding my hand.
We resolves. Woof. We're still here. I would like to use my 3 white mana floating and a red to cast this Abolisher.
I don't have anything to interact with that. I
Still
pass.
pitching this Fierce Guardianship. I'll lose 1.
Respond to your triggers with this deflecting spots. Bergy trigger.
Mimo, I have no interaction here, but I have an Enlightened Tutor in my hand that I can cast to give you a card draw for your fish.
I don't want to stop Pontus. I want to win, but...
I mean, you need to stop Pontus to win.
I know, but I will go down to 16. I will cast a Mystical Tutor. Put this Mindbreak Trap on top of my library.
My spells are exiled. This Chromox. Trigger Bergy. Bergy trigger, I'll get 1 red. Chromox, okay. ETB Chromox. No shenanigans. Imprint and Entomb. My 3 red floating. Cast this Ruthless Technomancer. Bergy resolves, I get the red. Technomancer on stack. Resolves. ETB on stack. Sack Dargo. Cast an Imperial Recruiter.
We'll draw a card. I'm gonna tap this for a green by untapping this, tapping this for a green, and cast a Veil of Summer. I'm not paying for the Mystic Remora. You can draw because I kind of want you to draw a card right now. Veil of Summer results. I draw a card. I mean, this is just so close. But I don't have anything, guys. I literally don't.
You get red. Imp Recruiter resolves. I'll find this Dockside. I use my red mana floating in 1 treasure, cast the Dockside. Dockside B, I make 10 treasures, go up to 14. To cast Dargo, sacrificing Imperial Recruiter and Dockside. Technomancer, sacrificing this top as an additional cost to reanimate this Dockside. Make 10 more treasures to reanimate this Imperial Recruiter. Recruiter ETB, use my 2 red floating to cast this Maida, Triggerberg. Maida is in play. Fights 5 treasures to activate Maida. Finding a Wishclaw Talisman. I'll use my red floating to activate Wishclaw Talisman. Wishclaw will find the Scarred Prospector, which I will pay using 1 treasure and paying for Ristic. I can present the loop where I sacrifice Dockside to Scarred Prospector, and then I use 4 treasures to reanimate Dockside with Technomancer. I can repeat this because Dockside makes for more than 4 treasures for infinite treasure. Once I have infinite treasures, I will activate Magda to find a Cursed Mirror, which will enter as a Imperial Recruiter. Find and cast this Facebreaker, paying with my infinite mana. Then I will exile my whole deck to Professional Facebreaker, Ranger Captain of Eos, and sacrifice it. Okay, so I find the Memo's Oracle, and then I cast a Thassa's Oracle to win the game. Good game.
So I really thought I was going to win that game, but apparently they were a little bit too scared of me, and Pontus got his wheel to resolve, and there we go.
I thought I was gonna win that game, but Memo decided that Kenrith on board was the most scary thing.
That's what you get for not killing Pontus. Dying to your own Oracle. What a shame.
I did not think I was winning that game, but it worked out.